Started, yeah, right. We're back on again, part 3 with Dave Thorpe. Next question. Can you tell me about your current build-based Honda motocross team and the riders and your plans for them?
Well, 6 months ago, I thought we had the dream team.
And,
we just, obviously with everything that's gone on in the world, we've not got out there yet.
Yeah.
The boys have started to ride again now. Tommy and Jake are riding regularly. Stephen is riding once or twice a week now. So we're building up in anticipation of when they're after.
Yeah.
All 3 guys, honestly, if anyone gets to know them, they're really nice guys. They're very focused. Individually, they're all very different, which I kind of like. They're different characters, but they respect one another. Everybody at the workshop over the road, they all get on well. Willie, Ryan, and Rob, the mechanics, they all do a really good job. Yeah, I like everybody else, just waiting for the green light to be able to go racing because, I think we've all missed it.
Yeah, massively. Has there literally been any news as you're just literally waiting? You're all waiting?
Yeah, I think the rumour is it might be July, could be August. I think when the Prime Minister says that there can be camping, I think that's quite a key element to what we're all doing. I was in Exmouth last weekend and it looks like they're gearing up for July the 4th to open the campsites and the mobile homes. And I think if that is the case, then that will probably be the green light to start racing. But, like everything in life at the minute, nothing is the same. We're having to re-educate ourselves to queue up to go into the supermarket, give everybody a wide berth in the supermarket. So I'm sure there'll be different aspects of racing that will be different. I said to the boys the other day, it would be interesting if they keep the 2 metre rule for racing as well. No rubbing bars.
That would have been good. That would have been good with Merv Anstey, wouldn't
it? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, racing, we think there's a plan, but obviously it's not out there at the moment.
Yeah.
Everybody is just following government guidelines as they should. So I'm sure it will work its way out at the
end. Next one I've put is, can you let us know about your Honda off-road days business and the details of it all?
Yeah. Well, obviously that's been on shutdown. The off-road school, i.e. the trail school, I've got a small event tomorrow with 4 people. And next week, I think I've got a similar event with small people. And then as we progress, we slowly ramp it up with the numbers. But they're great days. They're based down in Taunton in Somerset. Great fun days for riding with your mates. I front every one of them, so they'd always see my ugly face down there. Our other business is Honda Adventure, which is based around the Africa Twin, which again is based down near Taunton. Anybody that rides on the road, the one-day tour is an amazing day. And if you're considering going on any sort of touring across Europe or even in this country, it's a real eye-opener in what you can achieve with a big bike. And just to get your confidence up on simple dirt track roads, they're pretty cool. They're really good days.
So to do that, do you go on a website or?
Yeah, just go on, just put Honda Adventure in or Dave Thorpe Honda Off Road. It'll take you to our website. You can see all of our activities, what's going on. You can see how many people have booked on. If you've got a group, you can book on your own days. And there's some motocross days thrown in there as well that we do. So we kind of, whilst our main business is getting people on an off-road bike, there are motocross stuff there as well.
Okay, so it's all kind of Interesting. Put here, what were the advantages and any possible disadvantages in having your dad as a mechanic and involved with your racing?
Well, Dad's been with me since day one. Obviously taught me how to ride all through the schoolboys into the AMCA, then left his job and become my mechanic all the way through. For me personally, there's only advantages. There isn't a disadvantage really for me because we never have a crossword ever. It's been wonderful, and even now, Dad works a few hours for us every morning. He's in there at 7 o'clock opening up. It's nice. It's nice to have him around.
Because I did have a question later on, I was saying about the decision. Why did you change from Honda to Kawasaki? But obviously, that says a lot about your relationship. The fact that you actually was prepared to move from Honda to Kawasaki to stay with your dad.
Yeah, to be fair, it was. I dug my heels in and wanted to stay, and then Honda asked for a little bit longer to think about it, which was another weekend. And then obviously Dad realised why I wasn't signing for them. So when I went back to see Honda, they said, look, okay, you can have your dad. But I just felt that it would never be the same.
Yeah.
The camaraderie that Honda had with Dad would not quite be the same. And whilst my relationship with them wouldn't have changed, like I said, it's a decision that I made at the time, and I thought it was the right one. But if you give me that time again tomorrow, I'd probably think a lot longer about it.
Yeah. Who do you like to watch race now, besides your own team guys? Anyone you particularly like?
I like the big three. I like watching Tony Cairoli, Jeffrey Hurlins, and Tim Geiser. I feel those three guys are the real deal right now. I think the World Championship will probably be out of those three. I've really enjoyed watching the development of Prada. I think he's an amazing talent, and I think over the next decade we will see a lot more of him. When he broke his leg, I thought that his season was over, but when he appeared just before the first Grand Prix, I thought that was amazing. I've always got the greatest respect for top class racers that have a bad injury and come back at the highest level, because I know from personal experience how difficult that is. And obviously with the COVID-19 thing, it's kind of worked in his favour because he's had a longer rehabilitation to get better. So it'd be really interesting to see how he performs against those three too.
Yeah, very interesting. There was just one thing I was just thinking while you were talking is, if you don't mind me asking, I was just going to ask you about your rivalry with Kurt Nicoll. Obviously, I remember that a lot. What was that actually like with you and Kurt?
We were fine, to be fair. There was a lot made out in the media at that time that we didn't really get on, but we kind of did. There was never too many bad moments on the track. He took me out once in Austria, the first corner. I don't think it was intentional, but it was a high-speed crash at the start. So I think I always joke with him now that if I wasn't there, he'd still be going now. He was going that fast. I was the thing that stopped him. But no, I mean, Kurt. Anybody that knows Kurt, he's a really nice guy. He's got a nice family behind him. His dad was a great racer in his day, and him and his brother made a really good team, mechanic and rider. So they were difficult to race against. But again, as I said about George, he at the crucial time we were racing, I benefit of the Honda, and that probably give me the edge.
And finally, I was going to ask you, is there any sponsors or anyone that you wanted to give a shout out to?
Well, Wheelbase Honda, we've got some amazing partners, amazing partners, probably too many to list on here.
Yeah.
But, for anybody that runs a team, whether it be assist by product or finance or both, the last 3 months have been really difficult because, we certainly in our little world, we've got wages to pay, we've got everything to keep rolling on. So everybody that supports us, we really appreciated it before this happened, and we really appreciate it even more now that they've stood by us and stuck to their word. And I think that's always in any team or any working environment, when you have that, you find a way to make it work when things get difficult. Yeah. I think that's a really nice aspect of the people that we have behind us.
Yeah. Do you enjoy actually being the team manager? Do you enjoy that side of things?
Well, yeah and no. The way we structure it, Ryan runs the team.
Okay.
So, Ryan orders the parts, he does all the engines, he helps all the other guys over there. That's what he does. So any of the riders need spare parts, they go direct to Ryan and do all that. From my side, it's obviously I deal with the riders if there's a problem, which we haven't had, but if there is, I deal with the contracts with them, and I deal with all our partners, and I deal directly with Honda. So the way we structured it, it kind of works for me and Rye, because it's not too much for me, because I've got other stuff that I've got to do. And Ryan in himself has got his own stuff with his own engines, 4P power. So we've got quite a good balance, over the road. We've got some really good mechanics that work equally as hard as our riders. So we're quite lucky.
Right. Thank you very much. That's been an absolute privilege to talk to you. You are one of my major idols of all time.
No, thank you. Thank you for asking.
I really appreciate it, Dave. Thanks ever so much.
Okay, thank you.
See you soon. Speak to you soon. Thanks, Dave. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.